In the aftermath of World War II, a shadow of devastation and despair continued to loom over Europe. The year was 1946, and the wounds of the war were still fresh. The world had changed, and the specter of conflict persisted, shaping the future in ways unimagined. Germany, a key player in the conflict, had emerged victorious in the Battle for Moscow in 1943. This unexpected conquest forced the Soviet Union, a formidable world power, to sign a temporary ceasefire pact. With their capital city under enemy control, the Soviets shifted their base to the far reaches of the east, a stone's throw from Alaska. Across the Atlantic, the United States watched with growing concern. The expanding influence of Germany, a potential threat to global peace, was a worry. Ideological differences aside, the United States chose an unusual path. They decided to aid the Soviet Union, providing military and essential resources. An unlikely alliance formed amidst the rubble and ruins of war. Meanwhile, in the heartlands of Asia, the Sino-Japanese War raged on. Countries that had once declared independence from China were now unified, with Tibet being the lone exception. In the African front, the roar of conflict echoed like a lion across the continent. British troops were retreating, seeking refuge in the vast, inhospitable deserts of North Africa. In South America, a majority of countries chose to remain neutral. Brazil, however, broke ranks and joined the Allies, lending their support to the global fight against fascism. Back in Europe, Germany and its puppet states were not resting on their laurels. They continued to innovate, producing increasingly powerful tanks and weapons. It was clear that the time of freedom, so cherished by many, was coming to an end. As we look back on these tumultuous years, we see a world reshaped by conflict and alliances, by power and ideology. The events of 1946 and the years that followed have left indelible marks on our global history. They have shaped nations, influenced policies, and defined the world as we know it today. The aftermath of World War II was not just about rebuilding and recovery, but also about the struggle for power, the quest for survival, and the determination to shape a new world order.